Hey there everyone, this is Retard casting a game against Team Chu with Retard, Chu So High, and then ChuCrew Guns against Lost in Notes as the yellow Terran, Rev as the orange Protoss, and Sky as the purple Protoss. Okay, this game we are actually trying to get it over with really fast, and we are actually attempting to worker rush them with ChuCrew Guns actually getting his workers out a lot later because we directly pulled ours off while he decided to get some mining done. If you pay attention to my base, I actually make a really big mistake in terms of macro while we were rushing. So you might want to pay attention to that. So anyways, we start off by hitting the Terran player, which basically caused no problems. We basically just steamrolled his SCVs down to the ground. So yeah, no problems there. We have though the curious thing I found the most about is that they didn't actually decide to help them out whatsoever. They actually just started their normal opening, stuff, and super early spawning pool for defense, and then yeah, though luckily we started to charge towards him before his spawning pool was done, so, well, yeah, before his spawning pool was done, so that was actually really helpful. I was able to catch his SCVs being reproduced, and then if you pay attention here, I currently do not have any workers rallied, so when my drone is hatched, he just sits there doing nothing, feeling sorry for himself. Anyways, we have the worker conflict going on here. Needless to say, we won that battle due to the sheer amount of workers, though I think it would have been more beneficial if we were to actually, like, use the surround on him in any ways. Yes. We have purple building up with barracks and nothing else that much different. He doesn't seem to be caring much about that. Both of his teammates are dead, though I could be wrong about that. Anyways, in case you guys didn't know who we are, Team Chu is actually just like a small base clan with just like a few friends and some family members, where we basically just play StarCraft for fun, and then we enjoy doing it and all that stuff. So we don't. So yes, we record a lot of our games. So this game I just happen to not be recording because I am the official recorder of Team Chu. And if you pay attention right now, you just noticed I started getting my other two drones working while they already have 4 drones each of theirs, except for ChuCrew Hot, who is currently making his 4th drone. And because ChuCrew Guns he was actually starting to he was mining before we started attacking, so yeah. And we have the Zerg player left after we destroyed his base, and we are currently killing the Terran again, while ChuCrew Hot returns all his drones back to the mineral line so that he can start building up. Yep. So there's nothing much to say here except for the fact that worker rushes in team games actually do work if you guys are coordinated enough, so just keep that in mind. It is always worth a shot. Nothing really bad won't happen, like you won't explode into space or anything like that. And yeah, so right now he is currently pushing out with 2 Marines. I have no idea why. Maybe he feels that 2 Marines can stand against some stuff, even though I think that 2 Marines can't really do that much against 5 workers. But that's just my personal opinion. And then yeah, so currently we are fighting against a Marine. Marine shoots, drone fight back, and then drones are about to kill the Marine, except the Marine keeps running away, and then the Marine eventually dies a horrible and painful death by the drone. And yes, so right now we are currently winning. As you can probably tell, our army size, even though he has an army and we don't, there is currently 3 of us, and there is only 1 of him, and also the Zerg player is getting re-established. And then Christian, I will now be calling them by their names because I find that calling them by their game names is too confusing. Yes, Christian is building his spawning pool, while ChuCrew Hot is also, aka Steven, while I am currently doing nothing of the, well, actually, yes, I am getting a spawning pool down, so that is always helpful, especially when you are trying to kill people. Yes, they are going to know your name, because especially when we used your name in the last 15 or so videos that we have on our channel. Anyways, I have 3, what are my drones doing? What are they doing? Oh, I believe they are going to go scout out the other players. Anyway, I believe Yellow still hasn't left this game. and he is still rebuilding, and the Zerg player is also rebuilding due to having the economy of Sky and lost in notes because he left the game, which is always helpful, you know. And he is currently, I am not sure. Oh, he was trying to rebuild the spawning pool, though I was able to block it off and start attacking his drones, and then losing the fight due to the drones being swarmed in, biting my drones part to part, leaving them as little bits of pieces in the Zerg creep. Not that they really care. Anyways, we finally have the drone Overlord after like a long trek of journey. He is finally able to get halfway across the map. And now we have Purple on the offensive attacking ChuCrew, aka Steven, and he has his Zerglings on response team to attack the Marines. And although he is currently able to... Yes, because everybody knows that the people who has the less rank even... Yes. Anyways, even though ChuCrew is currently the highest ranking member and 1v1s on our team, he currently does not play Zerg. In fact, he admits that Zerg is probably one of his weakest race, while me and Christian are basically primarily Zerg players, while we are currently gutting out the heart and soul of Orange. While Purple tries to go on the defensive instead of trying to help out his teammate. I have no idea why. But anyways, it seems to be working so far, for his drones are currently retreating. But we currently have Zerglings on response team, so now those Marines will be nibbled bit to bit unless if the Marines' guns somehow manage to kill them. Which I think they don't. Yes, they don't. Unless they do. But they don't. So then yes, we are currently on phobia of that they are somewhere hiding, and they will eventually cause us to die a horrible and painful death, usually by stronger units such as battle cruisers, carriers, or something of the sort, even though there are currently no Protoss in this game. That is always a wonder that we shall be wondering. Anyways, due to Purple's constant aggression, he currently does not have much of an army left, because although I think it would be more... Oh my god, shut up. Anyways, I think it would have been more helpful if he were to raise that supply depot, and actually stocked up on Marines, and probably when he had a lot, he would actually go attack, and maybe he would have won that game instead of constantly sending them out like that, where they would get killed and demolished and bitten down into tiny little pieces. And this is where Yellow leaves the game, so basically leaving Sky all by himself with lots of money and does not know what to do with it. I myself would be building supply depots, though he chose not to do that. He decided to build the supply depot, even though I said he wouldn't, though he just did. Live with it. He currently has 4 harvesters on the Vespian gas because they are currently eager. It's like the Vespian gas gold rush, except it is gas, not gold. And then now that is where Yellow died, even though I think it would have been more beneficial for Sky to have lifted his buildings, though he chose not to because he doesn't really care about his his teammates, as shown from before. Yes, now basically we have the game in hand unless he has something hidden, which you can obviously tell he does not, except for SCV hiding behind the factory, though that does not count. Yes, the magical runway over here that does not runway to anything. And then that is when the Zerg player dies because his larva is now dead due to not being on creep. Anyways, now ChuCrew lost his base, except luckily he has a drone and 3 larvae, though nobody cares about larvae unless if there's a hatchery nearby. So yes, now we decide to try to punish Purple for killing Blue because he is our friend. Yes, surprisingly he is our friend, and he is our friend with the creep tumors being made. Yes, indeed. And then so far I am the only... Well, I wouldn't say the only one. Yes, well, I am one of the... Bleh. Yes, Steven is the only one who has metabolic boost, so that cannot really help much due to the fact that he does not have anything. Yes, that is always important to know. If you do not have anything, you can't build stuff. And having stuff is really important. And then now that is where Purple dies a horrible and painful death due to constant nibbling by Zerglings, which is always painful, just in case you didn't know. Because I am sure none of you should know due to the fact that none of you live on the planet Char or anything. If you do, I certainly feel sorry for you, and I do not know how you would have gotten internet over there. The wonders of the world, yes. Anyways, we have Purple in a desperate attempt trying to fight back, although workers against Zerglings, even though there's a lot... there tends to be a lot of workers, there usually tends to be more Zerglings, and Zerglings do more damage to SCVs, and SCVs die faster, aka they hurt more. Anyways, he lost his expo. I'm not sure if he left it off white he did lift off. Except he is not doing anything with it. It is just standing there. And then I am surprised it has not run out of fuel. Anyways, this is where we go for the second attack. The swarms, they attack him. They bite him to tiny pieces. Yes, he is really painful and in a lot of pain right now. And then this is basically where he should have given it up, though he thinks that he can somehow survive. Yes, survival is important, especially when you have a lot of Zerglings inside your base, in case you didn't know. In fact, about 1.5 pages worth of Zerglings, to be precise. Anyways, SCV is starting to build stuff, except now that is when he left, and that is when everything goes dark. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.